Is Arnel ready to step down and let Steve Perry take over the band? Let's find out. Coming right up. Hello, Steve Perry fans and Journey fans. This is Gary Stuckey once again with another episode about Steve Perry and Journey and all those things. Hey, you know, Journey, awesome band, right? And they've been around for many years. And as much as we'd like them to stick around forever, sometimes we have to face reality and realize that everybody's getting older. I'm not saying they're fixing to retire, they're going to quit. I'm just saying with Steve Perry and the new album coming out, maybe Neil Sean and Jonathan Cain, they see that this is opportunity, that while Steve is out there, maybe they need to talk to him because, probably don't have too many years left of touring or of Journey or the chances of getting Steve Perry back in the mix. Those chances are getting, the window is getting very small. And, Jonathan Cain and Neil Sean have both been reaching out to Steve online, on Instagram and Twitter and places like that. Even some of the wives have been getting in on the action. And I know uh, Paula White Kane, she's even been seen wearing Steve Perry on her shirt recently with Journey, of course, kind of promoting Steve Perry and coming back. And Neil Sean's wife even put out a Instagram post. I believe it was yesterday or day before yesterday. And Arnel Pineda commented today on that post. The post was about Steve Perry and Neil Sean at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they were getting back together. And about talking about getting back together. And the post was about the uh, hopes that Neil has for Steve and he to get together, have some coffee, and chat, maybe rekindle the friendship, and possibly record some music. And Neil's wife, she did a hashtag. It said coffee talk or something like that. Like she's hoping that they will get together. Like this is, you know, trying to reach out to Steve in this post. So the wives are getting in on it. But Arnell comes along on that post and says something like, if he wants to come in and take my place, I'll be more than ready to step aside or something like that. And he said he doesn't mind going back home to his old life, to his kids and being, back with his family because he's got enough money now he can make it, and that's something to think about. Maybe, and what I think is when Steve Perry left the band, they're trying to fill his shoes with Steve Algeri and others. And then they got Arnell. Who said it was a permanent spot? You know, I mean, I think it's just filling in the spot for Steve until he makes it. Not to say he's going to make it. Not to say they're going to, you know, he's going to come back and they're going to be a band and record and all that stuff. But since, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they reached that milestone. Even Neil Sean, who's been saying he wants to make an album, even said yesterday in an interview that he thinks this is like a greatest hits band that plays just the hits, and recording an album with the band wouldn't be the thing to do. But then he said maybe they'll record again one day. But it sounds like they're ready to, you know, stop. Maybe not retire just yet, but they keep playing the hits. But Jonathan Cain also said in an interview that he, when he was on stage with Steve Perry, and he was thinking about the past and about how they used to talk and everything, and he said he felt that God was telling him, "Hey, you know, this is where it started, and this is where it's going to end," as if to say, my interpretation is, you started with Steve Perry when Jonathan Cain started with Steve Perry back in the day in 1981, an exciting time. And then there they are on stage, and he's reflecting on his life. And what better way to end it, you know, with Steve Perry in the band? One more last hurrah, uh, one more chance to get Steve Perry in the band. Maybe do a farewell concert, maybe a couple, maybe do a box set, maybe do a CD with a few songs with Steve. It doesn't have to be a whole album, it doesn't have to be a whole tour. It's been 45 years of journey, you know, who's to say? And Neil, he's always got other projects, and so does Jonathan Cain. Maybe the goal is to get Steve Perry back in and then call it quits. But who's to say? We'll find out very soon. Hey, this is Gary Stuckey. I'm not going to stop believing. You don't stop. Don't stop believing.